1400 for 2 pills of ibuprofen and 1 cup of water. How? You mean I had to pay $1,000 to an agent to file my taxes? What? Imposter syndrome exists. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fisayo. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you things that I wish I knew earlier. These are things that if I didn't know and if I didn't practice, I would have had regrets. And I'm sharing that information onto you today just so you're aware, so you don't waste your time, so you save your energy and you actually put in the right measures to ensure that you have a smooth transition into the United States. Don't take courses, elective concentrations for the sake of it. Don't do that. For undergrad, you're probably maybe like coerced to take a particular course, or maybe because you saw your friends doing something and you went for it. But now this is grad school. How about focusing on something that you're passionate about? Before doing any additional course or elective, ask yourself, do I really need this? No, truly, like, do I really need this? Don't waste your intellectual bandwidth on something that you don't really care about, honestly. Like, before you take on some additional workload, just ask yourself, am I passionate about this? Like, do I really need this knowledge right now? Can I apply it? Do I have plans to pay for these learnings that I'm getting? Will this knowledge increase my earning capacity? Do I intend to actively use the knowledge I'm gaining from this, in a specific field, or is something that I would never apply again, or I will probably never remember 3 months or 6 months down the line? The next point is rather for someone who is making plans to move abroad. Now, this is deciding whether to go for a STEM or a non STEM program. The benefit of having a STEM program is that you have an opportunity to renew your OPT for 2 years, after the mandatory 1 year of OPT. OPT is your optional practicum training. This is where you get to use the knowledge that you've gained in school, to work in the United States. So everyone has 1 year after they've finished their graduate studies to work in the United States. If you go for a non-STEM program, you have just 1 year. But if you go for a STEM program, you have 1 year and then an additional 2 years. If you've been following me, from the very beginning, you know that I got, three offers, three fully funded offers. And one of these schools was a non-STEM school. To be honest, I didn't even know at the time. I just knew that, okay, I got these offers. What do I like about each school? Where is which one located? How am I going to make my decision? And I was almost going for the one that was a non-STEM program. Um, Funny story, but that place was in a cooler climate. If you know anything about Arizona, Arizona is so much hotter than where I was coming from in Nigeria. Like, Arizona is like Lagos sun, Dubai heat. So I didn't imagine myself coming to America and experiencing that. So in my mind, I just thought, I'm coming to America. It'll probably be snowing. I just imagine myself in the winter fall clothing. My manner of thinking, that time. And so I almost went for this school that was even going to pay me a higher stipend. But after doing some critical thinking and just putting together my SWOT analysis, I decided to go for ASU. Now, it would have been a huge gamble if I went for the other school that was non-STEM. That meant that within that 1 year, I either had to find, an employer that was going to file for me, and this is file my green card for me, or I was going to be put in for the H1B lottery and be selected, or I was going to make plans to self-petition, through either the EB2 NIW or the EB1 that I didn't even know at that time. So if you are making plans, to come abroad, this is something that you should absolutely consider if your plan is to come and stay. Now, there's some people who just want to get the grad school education and go back to their home countries to set up their businesses or go back to work or whatever. You don't need to care about that if your plan is not to stay in the US in the long run. But if your plan is to stay, absolutely, your preference should be for a STEM designated program rather than a non-STEM designated program. My next point I learned during my internship, and this is the role of having mentors and sponsors at your place of work. Mentors are seniors at work that provide guidance. They help you navigate challenges. They help you develop new skills. They probably are your buddies when you are onboarding into a new role or into a new field or a new department at work. However, sponsors are people who can speak for you, people who actually like you, people who can mention your name in rooms that you probably have never thought of getting access into at the workplace. They open new doors of opportunities for you based on their own foresight. Now, these people, of course, have to be senior people at work. Both people are very critical to your growth in any organization. So, new joiner coming in, you're probably assigned mentors. Go further to identify who your sponsors will be. Not everyone might like you at the place of work, but as time goes on, you find the people who like your work, and who are rooting for you. Develop these relationships that can grow and blossom into a sponsor, mentor kind of relationship. There was this point I was going to say, although my example was more in the corporate space than school, but I would have loved to add it to the school bit. If you um, often fall ill, it would be great for you as an international student to pay for health insurance with your school, so that you don't have to be paying out of pocket every time you have an emergency or you need to visit the hospital. This will save you a lot of money. Coming into America, one thing you should know is that healthcare is expensive. I have a personal experience, but although this was not when I was in school, right? I'm not a sickly person, but in 2023, I had COVID. And after the COVID era had gone, I tested negative. And like a week or two after, I was just still not feeling okay. I was not feeling good. So I went to the hospital. I went to the ER. And then I got there. This was the most, I can't even find the word for it. But, anyways, it turned out that I was in the ER, very unwell. They attended to me outside because they said, "Oh, you had COVID like uh, a week or two ago, so you probably still have the symptoms." They looked at me and they're like, "Okay, I guess this is COVID. We're just going to give you something and we'll send you back home." What was the something? I got two pills, two, like one and two, not two sachets, two pills of ibuprofen and a cup of water. And they were like, "Go home and sin no more." Okay, not that, but they were like, just have that and, go home, you'll feel better. If you don't feel better after a couple of days, come back. I went home and I was just so disappointed. Like, really? I waited this whole time and this was what I got? But that's not the story. About 2 weeks after, my bill came in the my pay was 1,400. I don't know what this lesson is supposed to teach you because I had insurance. Now that was my own percentage to pay from the total bill. And that is crazy. Healthcare can be really expensive in the United States. It is what it is, my friends. But please um, have your health insurances in place if you're a student, so that you don't pay unnecessarily um, if you ever need um, health healthcare. About filing for yourself, thinking about your route to permanent residency in the United States if you're a current F1 student. It used to be that many times, students come in, they get a job, the company files for them, prepares their green card and all of that. But as it stands, many companies are deprioritizing that, leaving many international students to go and do this for themselves. So it's a good time for you to start getting information on the EB1, the EB2, the EB3, seeing where you stand. If you need to build your profile up for any of the categories, knowing what you're supposed to be doing and giving yourself a timeline. I personally did the EB1 If you've been seeing my videos and I got my green card in a 3 month period, I created a community for people who would commit to writing and submitting their petition in a 7 week period. And then more details, in the description. I'm going to put the link, where you can sign up. So please, if this is something that you are currently considering, it would be great for you to join a community of other people who are also trying to do the same thing that you are trying to do. My last point, I think this is 10 points or 11th point. It's okay to pay your way into rooms where you have people that you absolutely love, people you want to be like, in different field or in different spaces, be it summits, conferences, events, forums. $200 registration fee here, $300 registration fee there. It's okay to pay for those, to invest in yourself and invest in building your network. Because obviously, you're going to those kind of places and you have access to people that you may not necessarily be able to meet in person or have audience with them online. But if you're in a space with them physically, you can get the opportunity to chat, to talk, to introduce yourself, and who knows, what will come out of it. So while you are in school, look for events that are very targeted to things that you want to do in the future. There you will find people who are already working in those spaces and you can connect with them. The possibilities are endless. So have a goal, have a quota or a budget, that you set aside every quarter or every half year or every year, to just attend something that will increase your opportunity or your chances to meet more people in your field. Thank you for watching. Let me know if any of these points resonates with you. Please don't forget to like this video and comment. Okay, let me know which of these points you found the most surprising or interesting. And if you also have things that you wish you knew earlier, as an international student settling into the United States, please drop it in the comments. People watching, would obviously be reading as well. So don't deprive us of your own knowledge and your own experience. I'll see you in my next video. Till next time, take care. Bye.